Our numbers have kind of flattened out, so we'll go ahead and get started. Everyone, welcome to the SOAR webinar series. My name is Lindsay Snow. I'm an assistant director in New Student and Family Services, here to kind of moderate to the Q&A today, but really just to be here in case you have any questions about SOAR specifically. However, I'm going to go ahead and pass it along to our main presenter in just a moment, Rashida Sykes. She is from the University Center for Academic Excellence and will be talking all about student success with you all today. So, without further ado, you can go ahead and take it away.
All right, welcome. Good morning. My name is Rashida Sykes, and I am an assistant director in the University Center for Academic Excellence, affectionately known as the UCAE. The goal of this session is to provide information about strategies for success and specific information about available campus resources, resources available on campus. Before I go into detail about campus resources, I would like to share with you messages from some of our wonderful students. We asked students across campus 2 questions about what it means to be a 49er. Sorry, something happened. My screen just jumped. Sorry. Be aware of your volume. The slides contain a little music, so I don't want anyone to be too startled.
I think we're having some tech difficulties. I might just be on your screen, but I can't see it on my screen. I don't know if others are seeing the same.
Okay, hold on.
Sorry, y'all. This is the world of Zoom that we're living in. We're navigating this all throughout the summer. So thank you for your patience as we figure out all of the tech. Perfect. I see it now. Awesome.
Are we good now?
We are good.
All right. Okay, so again, here are the questions that we asked our students. We believe that every student admitted has the ability to succeed at UNC Charlotte. We've done extensive research on campus and know the strategies and habits of successful students. Successful students at UNC Charlotte attend class regularly, they actively participate, and keep up with coursework. We've actually found that students who rarely miss classes or rarely miss class have significantly higher GPAs than students who miss 4 or more classes per semester. Successful students take approximately 15 credit hours, roughly 5 courses per semester. The number of courses taken may vary depending on a student's program of study or affiliation with particular departments or organizations like athletics or disability services. Successful students meet regularly with their academic advisor, and they interact positively with faculty. Advisors help students understand and navigate their course of study, and faculty members provide academic support and networking opportunities for students. Lastly, successful students utilize campus resources early and often, and they do not hesitate to ask for assistance. Students and family members are often aware that there will be some transitional considerations when entering college. However, it may not always be clear what the transition into UNC Charlotte will actually look like. Some significant transitions for students to take into account are class sizes may be significantly larger than many students are used to. More independence and self-direction is required. For each class, students will receive a syllabus that usually outlines the entire semester. Many professors refer to their syllabus as the class contract, and it's very important for students to pay attention to what's outlined in all of their syllabi. Also in college courses, larger amounts of material are covered or may be covered, often over a shorter period of time. And so sometimes that's something that students have to get used to. And perhaps also students' grades are based on fewer graded assignments and tests than may have been at their previous institution. Fortunately, UNC Charlotte provides many services and resources to support students in their academic journey and with these transitions. These resources are typically free, and when I say free, I mean already included in tuition and fees. And these resources are utilized by all students, not just students who are struggling academically. These strategies for success usually are divided into 4 categories: course-specific assistance, academic and life skill development, enrichment opportunities, and dedicated services. Course-specific resources are tied to a specific course specific courses students are enrolled in, and they include instructors. Faculty want students to be successful, and professors are usually the best resource for a course. Tutoring, students have access to one-on-one and small group tutoring. Peer assisted learning, also known as PAL, sessions are peer-led problem-solving sessions and are available in a variety of courses. Some of the courses include accounting, economics, chemistry, physics, and a variety of the math courses on campus. PAL is particularly effective for transfer students. The Writing Resource Center and the University Speaking Center are great resources for students, also great resources for students on campus. And departmental resources include things like the Psychology Learning Center, the Language Resource Center, the Physics Resource Center. We have a Math Learning Center on campus, and there's a tutoring center for computer and informatics as well. And there are additional. So we encourage students when they come on campus to be aware of the support that is offered to all students just by being a member of the UNC Charlotte community, but also be aware of the support services that are offered by your particular major or the department you are, the academic department you are a member of. Academic and life skills development resources help with transition, and they also help students develop skills like time management, test prep, critical thinking, academic development and skill development resources. Also assist students in learning how to effectively communicate with faculty and staff. We also offer academic skill development workshops, personal academic consultations, which are students have access to one-on-one meetings where they can talk to individuals about their academic concerns. There are a number of mentoring and coaching programs on campus. We have interpersonal and theme-structured counseling groups, as well as individual counseling. Students are right now offered 12 sessions of individual counseling per semester. And so that's a great resource for students. There are a variety of enrichment opportunities for students. The university has an impressive honors college. There are 30 different honors programs available for students to participate in. Experiential learning opportunities include internship opportunities, co-ops, job shadowing. We have a strong career center on campus that works to get students real hands-on experience with their career path. We have opportunities for students to participate in undergraduate research, among other things. Leadership opportunities on campus. We have an office that's dedicated to providing students with leadership opportunities on campus. Students can also develop their leadership skills through on-campus employment, and there are several employment opportunities for students on campus. And then we have an Office of International Programs that spearheads our study abroad program. And research also, research shows us the importance to be culturally competent, and a great way to do that, to increase cultural competency, is to participate in a study abroad opportunity. Dedicated services. So dedicated services are services designed to support a specific student population. Some of these populations include students from diverse backgrounds. We have a disability services department that is dedicated to assisting students with documented physical, psychological, and learning needs. Students experiencing academic difficulties, so we have services on campus dedicated to supporting students who find themselves experiencing academic difficulty or find themselves on academic probation. So we have specific programs that assist students who may find themselves on probation here at the university. We have programs dedicated to international students, student veterans. We have an Office of Veteran Affairs that assists veterans on campus. We have an Office of Adult and Evening Services that provides support for adult students and non-traditional students on campus. And then we also, UNC Charlotte has a very large transfer student population. And so we actually have a transfer center dedicated to transfer students here at UNC Charlotte. The center that I work in, the University Center for Academic Excellence, is actually one of the places or entities on campus that offers students opportunities in all of the aforementioned categories, so all of those success strategy categories. The University Center for Academic Excellence, which we call the UCAE across campus, we have free tutoring for students. We often offer tutoring in courses that students tend to experience some difficulty in their first and second year here at the university. PAL, the Peer Assistant Learning Program, is housed in the University Center for Academic Excellence. We offer we average around between 20 and 22 academic success topics each semester. So workshops looking at things like time management, study skills, test prep, wellness, different things that we just think or have research has shown topics that help students perform well academically at the university. The UCAE is also where you can engage in personal academic consultations with staff in the office. We have a learning commons where students can come and ask questions, study, meet. All of the services on campus all of these services that I have talked about, they are being offered even in the time of COVID, but they may look differently because of restrictions placed on the university or just in our attempt to keep students safe. And so we encourage students to reach out to different departments that they're interested in or reach out to the services they need and just check and see how the services are being offered. The services are being offered, but some of them are being offered in person and some of them will be offered virtually. And so it will just depend on accommodations being made in a particular office. And then one of the reasons that I am very fond of UNC Charlotte, and I'm not just saying that, I actually do love it here, is that UNC Charlotte really does make a conscious effort and a consistent effort to provide support for students here at the university. And as I just have reviewed, we offer support across a number of areas in a number of different ways. But we are, an institution with a large population. And so it becomes very important for students to advocate for themselves and to seek out resources. And so I just want to kind of end my little talk and open it up for questions so I can really give you an opportunity to ask questions and to clarify. But just a reminder, it's important for students to take action. Action is necessary. We often say it's important to walk through the door, pick up the phone, send the email, and follow through with the services, because we are eager and we're willing and we're ready to help students, because everybody here wants students to be as successful as they can be. So I'm going to unshare my screen and answer any questions that people may have.
Perfect. Thank you so much. We have a couple questions. I'm waiting for clarity on one of them but I can go ahead and ask it after this. So the first question is, how do I sign up for academic workshops?
Okay, so our workshops, actually this semester we have workshops that will be offered virtually and in person. And so when you go to the University Center for Academic Excellence website, which is, if Lindsay could type it in the chat maybe, it is ucae.uncc.edu. And when you go to our homepage, you will see a little icon that says workshops. When you click on that, you will see a calendar of the workshops that we're being offered. We're still uploading that information, so it will definitely be on by the time school starts, but you can see what time. If there isn't a virtual link, that means that the workshop is being offered in our classroom, which is in Covar 2006. And our workshops there's no registration. They are first come, first serve. The attendance is limited due to social distancing requirements. And then if it's not being offered in person, you will find links that will allow you to join a Zoom session on that particular topic. If there isn't a workshop available in a time that's convenient for you, you are welcome to participate in a personal academic consultation in our office. So the workshop topics can be covered in personal academic consultations. And so for some people, they prefer the one-on-one interaction in a personal academic consultation instead of the workshop setting. But yeah, I said all that to say, there's no registration. It's kind of first come, first serve. Join us.
Perfect. We have another question that's kind of a broader UNC Charlotte question. So I'll provide some information on that. And then Rashida, if you want to ask specific to UCAE, you're welcome to. So somebody asked, could you elaborate on measures to prevent COVID-19 transmission? So we have actually a website called Niner Nation Cares that I'll put in the chats after this that will elaborate on everything the university is doing to prevent transmission of COVID-19. So I do encourage you to go ahead and check out that website. They even have a link at the bottom to submit an additional question. So if you feel like you have questions that are not answered on that site, you can actually submit to have them post an answer to your question on the site. So that's really helpful because if others have the same question as you, they can keep adding FAQs to this website as we have more information and get closer to the fall semester. So I encourage everyone to check out that website. Again, I'll drop it in the chat right after this. But I don't know, Rashida, if you want to talk a little bit about, I think you did a little bit about how things would look different in a virtual space, but if you have anything to add, you're welcome to do that as well.
So a lot of departments on campus, they are offering face-to-face options for students, but those are limited because we are enforcing social distancing in a lot of spaces. We are enforcing social distancing in the UCAE. We're also enforcing the mask requirement. And so, but we don't want those things to be barriers. So our services can also be attended online. So we're trying right now, we're trying to offer them in both spaces, virtually and in person, just to give students a variety of options. And I think that's kind of what's happening across campus. This all is new to us, so we're kind of filling it out as we're going along and trying to be as student-centered as possible. But I can speak for the UCAE. We are enforcing social distancing and restricting number of participants in certain areas, in certain spaces in the center. We have signs up and stickers on the floor, trying to always keep people cognizant of the social distancing requirements.
Yeah, for sure. And all of our offices are definitely going above and beyond to figure out how to engage students, even though that might look a little bit different than traditionally in a fall semester. So, cool. We have another question. If you believe your first semester did not go as well as planned, what are some pieces of advice you would provide in order to ensure that doesn't happen again?
Okay, so, I brag about, I tell people I'm not a recruiter for UNC Charlotte, but I do. I kind of brag on some of the stuff that we do. And so UNC Charlotte actually has programs dedicated to helping students who experience academic difficulty after their first semester, right? So we have a program called the 49er Rebound Program, which you can look up, Google. And that program is designed to provide support for students who may struggle their first semester. And if you participate in that program, you have options that you can choose how you want to participate. There's a mentoring component, so you can sign up to have a mentor that you would meet with weekly throughout your next semester at the university and provide academic support to you. We have classes that students can take. Some of the classes are for 0 credit hours, and you're kind of just taking it. They feel a lot like focus groups or it's kind of like a group atmosphere. We also have courses that are 2 credit hour options that students can take that is dedicated to academic skill development and helping students learn how to navigate UNC Charlotte. If you don't want to participate in a program like Rebound, then there's a program called SAFE, which is Student Advising for Freshman Excellence. It's a free program on campus that students can participate in to have support throughout their first year here. And you can always just come into the UCAE and set up a personal academic consultation appointment or talk to someone in here to kind of hear. And then if you look on our website, you'll see a lot of the topics that we cover. We cover a lot of topics. So I would say, coming in here and having a conversation with someone about potential things that maybe is supportive. Sometimes it's helpful to just come in. A lot of students aren't aware of all of the resources on campus, like the Writing Center and the subject librarians. We have so many resources. And so sometimes it's just taking the time to really find out and understand all of the things that are available to you and using them as much as possible. But I say, if you're still here, there's always hope. So, don't give up. And I always tell people love a good comeback story. So don't get too caught up in the what was. Just focus on the what will be and try to create the best comeback story you can create.
We have some questions in the chat that aren't directly related to UCAE, so I'm going to go ahead and address those, but I just want to make a quick note that I'll kind of refer out to those questions, and there are more virtual presentations happening all throughout year one launch, so make sure you are downloading the Niner Destination app, and specifically the year one launch and Gold Rush guide for some presentations throughout, such as for housing, dining, other resources that those people working specifically in those offices will be better knowledgeable to answer all of your questions. But one question we have, and I think this is an academic advisor or instructor question, but I just want to run it by you in case you know anything. How do you go about auditing a class? Yeah, so I'll refer out for that one. So specifically the person who answered that question, I would recommend contacting your specific academic advisor, the one that you worked with directly during your SOAR session to register for classes, and they can help you navigate that option to audit a class. This is more towards specifically academic support and help. I know it's confusing, but advisors are better equipped to answer that question.
Yes, that is definitely an advisor question. I am, I just know when to stay in my lane.
Perfect. And the next question I'll go ahead and take. So someone asked about moving day protocols. So go ahead and visit housing.uncc.edu and I'll type that in the answer. That website is all specifically about housing. They have a whole fall move-in guide that I suggest you look over that explains specifically all of the moving day protocol that is happening this fall. So make sure to check that out. If you don't find what you're looking for on that website and that move-in guide, definitely encourage you to call housing. They are ready to answer your questions. We are still answering phones. I know a lot of us are still working from home, but technology is great in 2020, so we still have the ability to answer your phones and emails specifically in that department. So in the meantime, I'm going to put out a last call for any questions specifically about UCAE. Got some thank yous, so that is great as well. Cool.
Thank you for joining me. I was worried that to everybody, I can't see anyone, but I was worried that I was going to be in here by myself.
Yes, it's so weird being in these webinars, but I know that there are people here and listening. So yes, we appreciate you all joining. Again, I'm going to just go ahead and put out a plug to download our Niner Destination app and our year one launch and Gold Rush guide. That we have virtual events happening all throughout until we get started with Gold Rush on September 4th. So make sure you're checking that out. Again, a lot of offices are hosting events or casual conversations. I think the UCAE is hosting one later in August. Tea with UCAE. Spilling tea with UCAE.
Yes, we are.
Cool. Yeah, so if you want to have more conversations specifically about this resource or any other resources on campus, definitely encourage you to check that out. Or maybe you're attending a webinar later today. That'd be great as well. We actually also have all of these webinars recorded throughout the entire summer series on our YouTube channel. So make sure to visit our website, nsfs.uncc.edu, for more details on how to find all of those webinars in case you missed others and want to go back and watch those. So we have a couple Q&As. Lastly, someone said, thank you for your time. What's the best spot in college to take virtual class? I think if that's a question about, I think that might be a question about like, what's the best spot on campus to do your virtual class perhaps? And I don't know if you have it.
Yeah, and actually, I'm glad someone brought that up because I think for some students, it actually helps them, and I guess I get in my, academic coaching mode. It helps them to leave home or to remove themselves from the comfort that they're normally used to and put themselves in an academic setting so that they can focus even when all of their classes are online. And so sometimes I do encourage students to, come on campus or find a space in your house and set it up with, with, if you can, a desk, a table or something, and like physically go and have class there, even if it's, you know, a little corner in the kitchen or something, so that you can feel like you are going to attend class. My understanding is that the library will be open once school opens. And actually the library is a great place because there are a number of study rooms that students can reserve, and you actually can do that. There's an online process for that. And so there are a lot of spaces and a lot of different spaces. Some have windows, some don't, some have like TVs. You can pick different technology that you would need in a particular study room. And so I think the library is a great option. UNC Charlotte has a lot of nice, new, pretty spaces. And so a lot of the academic buildings have a lot of little nooks and corners where students can sit and engage their coursework. There are outlets all over campus and spaces. We have a lot of outdoor spaces, which may make people feel more comfortable because you're out in an open air space. So we have a lot of seating areas around campus where students can sit outside, both covered and uncovered. I hear students speak all the time. We have gardens on campus, so some students like to go but I don't know how the Wi-Fi works. I can't. That's another thing. Sometimes when you're in outdoor spaces, the Wi-Fi can become an issue. There is some Wi-Fi in outdoor spaces, but that kind of becomes a tricky part. But that may be where you can do your reading or other things. So you may not be able to engage in your online work outside, but that definitely can be a place where you can study and digest material. So there are a lot of places on campus, but I think the library is a great place too.
Yeah, that's awesome. I like what you say about separating, like finding a specific space for you to do your work, and that's helped me personally from work from home. So to have that separation really helps with productivity.
I mean, I have suggested to students sometimes to actually create your own class time. And so even if the instructor isn't required, you know, the instructor may say, you know, complete this online assignment between Monday and Thursday. And so I tell students for online courses, they want to be at least signing in at least twice a week to look at it, even if it's not being required. And there's nothing stopping you from setting up your own structure, saying that I'm gonna, you know, my Math 1101 course for myself is going to be every Tuesday and Thursday from 3 to 4. And then that's when you dedicate time. So I encourage students to try as much as possible, and we can help with that. That's the kind of stuff that our office does. We try to help students think about those things and create structure where it may be needed and it's not. So those are the kind of things that we do, but we're all learning as we go.
Great tips to end on. I love it. All right. Well, do you want to provide, I think we have your website, ucae.uncc.edu. If they have any further questions, can they find all your contact information on that site just to reach out?
Yes. When you go into, I think it says like meet our staff or meet, like there's an info like about us. Mm-hmm. And so I'm in there, and yes, you can email me, and I know a lot, but I don't know everything. So, and I'm quick to tell you what I don't know. I will refer you, but I will work on your behalf to find the person to answer the question. I will do that. And so, and you can also see our other staff. So if you have questions about tutoring, peer assisted learning, rebound, any of those things, when you look at our staff, you can see the staff member for each one of those things, and you can contact the programs directly.
Perfect. And if you have any questions about New Student and Family Services, we have our website, nsfs.uncc.edu. A cool thing about UNC Charlotte is it's pretty much resource.uncc.edu for all of our websites, or you can email us at soardos@uncc.edu. So if you have any questions in regards to SOAR or any of our programs through our office. But thank you all for being here today. Thanks, Rashida, for your excellent presentation and sharing all of your knowledge. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Have a good weekend.